Good morning, everybody. It is 10 a.m. in Toronto. How's everybody doing today? Good morning, Val. Bright and early. You beat me here. Shush, boys. Just check, make sure I'm on everywhere, guys. Give me 1 second. Boys. This video is live now. All looks good. How does it look, guys? How does it sound? Everything okay? Just let me know. We'll get rolling here. All right, I think we're good. We'll double check. Yeah, I think we're good. All right, guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday to everyone. Good morning, Sharon. Be talking to you shortly, very shortly. Hey, Elaine, good morning. I wonder why it says Facebook user, Elaine, whenever you comment. It's weird. Took me half of last week to figure out who you were. All right, I'm already too hot. Sweater goes off. So how's everybody's week going? Val, how's the channel going? Val had a facelift this week, which is still ongoing. But that's looking good, Val. Elaine has also had a facelift that's still ongoing. Getting her up to speed now. NM Personal Training, good morning. Oh, you're not signed in. Okay. No big deal. I know who you are now. Not a lot of people watch from Facebook anyway, so. All right, guys. So today we are going to take questions as always and go over stuff. I've started to, I've been kind of finding different ways that I want to start doing these live streams, and I think I'm going to start theming them a bit more moving forward, because usually what's happening every week, which I don't mind, is we jump in here and then it just becomes a Q&A, and if there's no questions, there's no answers, there's nothing really to talk about. So I may start theming some of these to make them more kind of like deep dive live streams. So little things like I almost, if it wasn't for a lack of preparation time, I was going to make today's live stream the Google Trends vlog, where you guys could actually interact with me as we're going over the top 20 searches, and we can talk about it a bit. Just didn't have the time to really get everything together. So I'm going to do that video later on this week for you guys, because they do seem to be a bit of a favorite in this group. Yeah, so that's what I think we'll be doing moving forward. We did a channel review last week with Francesca's channel. This week we're going to actually go back and look at Sharon's, because we didn't get a chance to look at Sharon's last week. And Sharon's, I think, will be a lot more interesting for a lot of you, because Sharon's been doing this for a while, whereas Francesca is really just starting out and hasn't put a lot of effort into YouTube yet. She's basically starting an entire brand. YouTube is basically a bit of a placeholder for her content. So she hasn't really been actively trying to promote her Facebook as much. So there was only so much we could discuss about her channel, whereas Sharon is actively trying to grow. So I think there'll be a lot of interesting insights for all of you guys today. So I'm thinking probably around about a half an hour from now, we'll spend 30 minutes or so and we'll go over Sharon's channel. Sharon's gonna come on and join me, and you guys will be able to ask questions as well, and you may be able to relate to a lot of the pain points that she may be dealing with. So. Sharon, when posting a video, what does Premiere mean? Basically what it does, Sharon, is it plays your video almost like a live video the first time it plays. So if you put it on, let's say you upload on a Sunday night, you could set your video to premiere Monday morning at 6 a.m. or something like that. The good about it is that it comes up as premiere, and there's a bit of an intrigue factor. People might click on it. The bad is that if somebody wants to do your video during the 20 minutes, like let's say they come across it during the 20 minutes that's playing out in its premiere, they can't start from the start until the video is played through live the first time. I've tried it a couple times with videos, more so out of just curiosity. I don't think it's done anything good nor bad. It just premieres. A few people might watch it live and check in on it, and then it's basically becomes a regular video after that. So it's something you could try. It is great though for if you want to schedule it for the next day, but you can also just schedule the video to appear the next day. It doesn't have to be a premiere. So it's not going to hurt you one way or the other, but it's there if you want to sort of debut something and get that watch time. It doesn't really work for fitness videos, I don't think, so much as maybe entertainment type stuff where somebody's waiting for a video to show up so they can watch it, and you can kind of accumulate that watch time in the first view. Good morning, Case Pilates. And in personal training, I'm doing very well, thank you. You've adjusted your thumbnails and some other little details. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look. I don't know if I can get at it right this second. I'll see how quickly it comes up here. Oh, it did come up, okay. We'll bring it up as we're talking. Okay. I like the continuity of everything. It's very dark though, I'll be honest with you. If you were to search your own videos in a search engine right now, yours are not going to jump off the page as much because the text is not easy to read. Like I like black and red as colors. Guys, this is an ongoing theme with a lot of stuff. When you're trying to grow your channel and you know your growth rate right now, so you know whether or not at this point, are you a brand or are you in basically building mode? And there is a difference, because if you're a brand, if you're getting 20, 30 new subscribers every day and things are growing nice, you can start becoming a brand. You can use the color schemes you want, and you can continue until you see a drop in that growth trajectory. But if you're still in a growing phase, if you're still struggling to get watch time and views and stuff like that, you need to optimize everything, and that may mean not using the colors that are your favorite. Like I'm very big with anybody that I've worked with. Usually it's a light color, oftentimes just a white or an off gray, and then I use more of a popping color like a blue or a red or a green. And very seldom will you see me use pastel colors because it just doesn't jump off the page, and you need your thumbnails to stand out in search results. But with that being said, from an overall aesthetic, I do like that you've got everything matched up nicely. The logo looks nice. So you're on the right track in some ways. I would have concerns, but time will tell with that. If you see your, if you see your YouTube search percentage, which should be the highest percentage of your people finding you, if that is going up, then I stand corrected. But if it's not, if it's stagnant or going down, then you may have to revisit this. Not to say you can't use black and red, but you may have to make the photos more, and they may have to be a bigger part of the screen or something like that. So that would be my take on that, but that's just me. All right, we're back. Good morning, Annalee. Yeah, I've just seen your message here now, and I wasn't sure to go dark or dark and sleek or bright. It's so hard, and oftentimes you really do have to play around, and I kind of talk out both sides of my butt because on one second I'm telling people to niche down, and the next second I'm telling them to try new things, but you do have to do both. I do believe very, very highly in finding a niche, but within that niche, you do have to sometimes try new things. And really what I would be doing right now, maybe the next couple of videos that you do, do a different thumbnail. Because you can always go back. Like if you do 2 thumbnails like this, and then 2 thumbnails another way, then 2 thumbnails which are just photos, and then you can sit back and you wait for 28 days and look at them and find out. And yes, you're kind of breaking up the brand colors, but you're testing the waters to see which ones are delivering viewers. And once you see that after 28 days, then you can decide, okay, I'm going to go with these then. And then you try that, and then maybe later you try something else. But eventually you're going to know which ones are working better. But yeah, that's they're both colors that I like. It's just not. I'm not sure if it's going to stand out in search results. Which, I mean, let me see if I can. I'm going to see if I can try and actually bring your thing up in search results so you can see for yourself. Easier than me talking about it. All right, so this might do. Bring up your screen again. Okay, so you can kind of see here what you're up against. I mean, that one's not, that's just a thumbnail. That's not very good. You know, that's very intriguing because of the numbers she's showing. You know, and this one here is very intriguing for a bit of clickbaity. It would depend what the video is, but she's showing wear fitness clothes, make $2,000 a month, wear a bikini, make $20,000 a month. I'd click on that just to see what she's going to say. You know, nice bright colors here, tips to become an online coach. And this is just, I shouldn't talk about titles because we're talking more about the aesthetics. Nice and bright. See, he uses red and black as well, but see how it's got the nice white background. Now look at the, it's hard to point, but you see yours below his. You see how his red and black pop, whereas yours kind of falls in a little bit. Like it's not, it doesn't jump out as much. If I'm scrolling on my phone real quick, and you know what people are like when they do that, this guy's gonna jump out quicker than yours just because of the color scheme alone. You know, this guy, full-time online trainer, always walking on the boardwalk. Okay, I think you see what I mean in terms of kind of clickbaity. And I'm not using clickbait in a negative term right now. I'm using it in adding some context visually to the title. And I think that's where you might find yourself losing out in just, this is just one category, but you can decide for yourself. I do like the colors though. What's going on here? Oh, I'm on the wrong side. Okay. Thank you, Val. Hope you have a great day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Still working on your channel, so we're going to get that wrapped up today or tomorrow. Yeah, it's ultimately up to you. I'm just giving you my opinion, just based, not even so much, it's not always the thumbnails that are the most graphically sound that get clicked through. It's just sometimes certain colors just kind of jump off. And that's why a lot of people, like, I will say to people, once you niche down, excuse me, you can start looking into the category that your niche is. Like, let's say you're doing, you know, training programs for people that are over 40 years old or something like that. You can start looking in that category and see what other people's thumbnails look like, and look at the thumbnails that are getting the most views. Like, it's very simple, and all the information's right there. And then kind of decide, like, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. And with that being said, you know, again, you may see great growth from this. This is just speculation on my part. This is not a fact. So you can let it sit for a while and see how it does. If it doesn't seem to be doing great, then try something else and then compare the two. And then after that, you can decide where to go from there. Kirsten. Good morning, Kirsten. If you schedule a live stream ahead of time, is it promoted to your subscribers? Not sure how to do that. Yeah, so when somebody is your subscriber, I mean, you would know even from these live streams, I'm sure it pops up on your phone and stuff. If these are people that frequent your channel often enough, whenever you post the live stream, it's going to come up in it. Dusty, shush. It's going to come up in your recommended videos that it's upcoming. So it'll be there. So the sooner you're and I'm actually personally bad for that. The last few weeks I've been posting my live streams like on Tuesdays for a live stream on Wednesday when I should be posting next week's by tonight, so that it sits there for a week and people can see it and they can click on the notifications bell so they get reminded when it comes on and stuff like that. I've been really bad for that, but I've just been spreading myself too thin. So, but yeah, so so whenever you put it, and we can sidebar about this. It's one of your member perks, but it's basically going to be promoted to your subscribers, yes, and then they can know when they can jump on and do it with you. So. You just can't see it promoted. I see others. I'm curious. I'll see if I can look right now, Kristen. So I'm looking on your page right now, and I'm not seeing, and I'm on your page often because of all the work we're doing on it, and I don't see anything coming up. Let me check directly on there. Yeah, if you put up a live stream, it's not showing up, Kristen. I don't think. The most recent video is 15-minute toned arms and booty challenge. So yeah, so it's not up there yet. Good morning, Mel Fierce. Yeah, like you can try a white or a gray background and then use like use the red and the black as kind of your splash colors, because they're going to jump out that much more. So that is an option, and as I said, you and I can sidebar with that if you need some help with your thumbnails. Happy new month to you, Mel. All right, we are caught up. So do we have anybody new on here today? I always love that I get my loyalists that come in every week, and then usually a few new ones trickle in every week, but they don't talk as much. Everyone let us know where you're from. Always curious to see how many continents we're touching down on. And yeah, in the meantime, you guys let me know what you think about that's kind of what I'm thinking, is reformatting these live streams a bit. So I'm going to come in every week, potentially do a channel review every week where the person will come on with me and we will go over the actual channel for about 30 minutes, review it, see where their problem areas are, and it's stuff that you guys can kind of, you'll see exactly because we'll be going through the analytics live on here on screen. And you can ask questions, and then having some sort of a actual subject that we go over, whether it's niching down, whether it's making money, and then Q&As will be scattered throughout and then added to the end as well. Thinking about doing that as opposed to just coming on and seeing where it goes, but you guys let me know, and we'll go from there. Oops, and also, I wanted to thank Fit Mommy, Pavla. I'm not sure if you're watching or not, but thank you for your purchase from Buy Me a Coffee. I'm assuming most of the people on here already know about it, but if you don't, up in this corner here, buymeacoffee.com/trainerhub. It is a portal where, yes, you can actually buy me a coffee, but what I use it for more so is adding value items to you guys. If you're one of the members of the Fitness Marketing Hub community, you get free access to everything. But if you're not, everything's also up there as single items, whether it's interval time clocks, custom interval time clocks, thumbnails, banners, sponsorship leads. There's a bunch of stuff on there. There's more going on there in the coming weeks, but it's there if you need it. If you don't, no worries, but you can also go there and follow it. And if something is added, you can always you'll get notified when something new is added on there. Boys, stop fighting, please. Hey, shush. So shameless plug for Buy Me a Coffee. And as I said before, guys, I'm not, I'm so grateful that some of you, a lot of you actually buy me coffees and stuff like that. And I'm very amazed by that. And I have Val to thank for buying me a coffee, because before that I was using Patreon and I didn't find it was very good. Buy Me a Coffee works pretty well for me. Now I've been recommended by some people to some other ones that I'm gonna check out. But I think one of my videos this month is actually going to be about Buy Me a Coffee and what I've experienced using it for about 45 days now in terms of monetizing this channel. And it's been surprisingly very, very good. And it's something that is available to all of you guys that you can be using right now, because I think sometimes we get so caught up on monetization and 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers, you don't realize that when you get there, it's still going to be pennies in the dollar trickling in. But I mean, things like, you know, branded products and services and stuff like that, you can be doing right now. If you're building up a channel with a loyal following who needs your services or needs extensions of your services, that's what these are for. And it's going to ultimately bring in a lot more money for you than Google is going to bring in for you. Like, Google is the smallest amount of money in all of this that I have coming in. Sponsorships do more, paid ads do more, you know, and products and services and stuff like that. And now we're starting to get it more into the program side of things over on Trainer Hub, and that's going to be growing a lot. I'm going to have an announcement probably in another week or so of some cool things I'm doing with Trainer Hub that I think will be really fun for you guys to watch and kind of assess how it goes. But really amping it up on the product side over there. It's just one of those things that it was supposed to happen in January, but because I've been busy with so many other things, it hasn't happened. But now that I've managed to free up some time, it's going to happen. So some cool stuff there. If you haven't subscribed to Trainer Hub, look up Trainer Hub. It's on there. Probably it's the channel that I least pay attention to right now, unfortunately. But it is my baby, and it's the channel that brought me to this channel. And it's the channel that I base all my experiences, positive and negative, on when it comes to giving you guys advice on here. Okay, where are we at? And I am. Good morning, Kim. Do you have recommendations for tripods? I'm going to replace mine, but I don't want to get stuck with another crappy one, full size. Yeah, Kim, I can send you some links, but I would go with a Manfrotto, Manfrotto Lite 590, which is just a nice lightweight one. I know you do a lot of hiking as well. It's something you could take with you if you wanted to ever do some nature video photography stuff, but takes up minimal room. It's very smooth. It's the tripod that I use when I travel. So if I have clients, before COVID, I had clients where I would fly to the US and film their videos for them, take them back here, and I would edit it for them. And I couldn't obviously take all my usual equipment, so I would actually I had like a suitcase, which was like my mobile production unit, and I had two Manfrotto 590 Lite tripods. And yeah, so, excuse me. So that would be my recommendation. And I think I actually have another one here, an extra one that's brand new in the box. So I might even be able to give you a deal on one. But I really like them. And they've worked well for me when, like, just for small space and for travel and stuff like that. And all of my tripods, I have 4 or 5 here. They're all Manfrotto, all very nice, nothing negative to say. And I think the 590 starts at around $230 or something like that, but it's a good one. The good thing in your case is that you're not, for what you're doing with fitness, you're not moving your tripod around. And that's where you need to spend a little bit more in terms of quality, because you want what's called a fluid head. And that's the top part. Whenever it's moving around, you want that to be nice and smooth. You don't want to be clunking and jerking around and just not making a nice shot. You're just shooting a static shot. So you actually could just have a cheap full-size tripod. In that case, you could probably find a knockoff from Newer or one of those companies on Amazon that's even cheaper that might also do the job. But if you're looking for something that is good quality, that's still reasonably affordable, the Manfrotto is really good. M-A-N-F-R-O. I'll add it to the comments. M-A-N-F-R-O-T-T-O. Let me add it to my my Amazon stuff first so you can buy it through me. And I get 5 cents or something. Yeah, Sharon, you've done the Buy Me a Coffee. And a few people have actually done the one-on-one consultations, and I think a lot of good stuff. I mean, it's kind of what we're doing today, Sharon, is almost like a free follow-up consultation, but we'll be able to go through and do that. But I appreciate working with you and with all you guys. And the nice thing is that when I work with you guys, I'm learning too, because I will come across problems that you're experiencing that I never experienced before. So it's very, it helps me. It helps me understand. And then 6 months from now, I run into somebody who's experiencing the same problem that Sharon experienced 2 months ago. Suddenly I have a lot more understanding of how to rectify that problem. You set up Buy Me Coffee to get you a coffee from a subscriber. Yeah, and I mean, that's just a residual of getting the coffee stuff, but all of you guys can be adding products and services to that. Sharon, and we can talk about that, but Sharon, all the videos that you've got in your arsenal right now, you could be putting together programs. You could actually go out and hire a nutritionist and ask them, say, I'd like to pay you whatever, $150, $200 to give me a generic nutrition program designed for somebody who's over 40 years of age, who's in average shape or something like that. You just make it very, basic. And I can tell you right now that most of these nutritionists, they're going to have canned programs that they would give you for something like that. So they're liable to do it for $100 or $150 or something. And then in addition to getting a deal on it or whatever, you're able to promote that person. Like I work with nutritionists when I give nutritional advice. I don't give it myself. Last year I did a thing with Elizabeth Lopez, who's a very well-known holistic nutritionist and trainer here in Toronto. And she put me through a 30-day sugar cleanse. I promoted it as I was doing it because people were seeing me lose weight right in front of them, and she got business from that. But I would rather stay in my lane, bring in somebody good. But with that being said, what I'm trying to say is adding value to your program. So you take, let's say you do a 4-day split program for busy working pros over 40, each workout's 30 minutes, whatever that's going to be. You put that together. You add a nutrition program by well-known Florida nutritionist so-and-so, and you put that into a package and you sell it for $20 and you're giving somebody the structure. I brought this up a couple times in the last few weeks, but this is an easy one that all of you guys can be doing right now, is taking your existing content and then building a structured program around it, adding some value adds, which can be anything. What you could add a t-shirt. I think, Sharon, you do t-shirts if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if that's going to be a value add for somebody who doesn't know you, but you can put these little things on there that are value adds and then sell it for a reasonable price. And then suddenly you've got people that are kind of in your ecosystem. And again, very easy way to get started. And I'd be telling you guys to start that right now. Kirsten, can you still get sponsorships without qualifying to be monetized? Absolutely. My coffee first. There's emails, like email templates, Kirsten, in the members area, which you're actually fully a part of now, and you have access to all of that, that show you how to reach out and contact a company and get brand and basically approach them with brand deals with having no subscribers. If your content is good, then your subscribers don't become the value to the company, your content does. And then there's a residual there. Excuse me. You may not even be getting paid right out of the gate, but you could be getting free products. And then you could be getting your content shared on big platforms, whether it's supplements or nutritional products or fitness products or things like that. Some of these companies, like in this day and age, you've got guys like Gary Vee telling people you need to post 100 pieces of content a day. No one can do that. And so people are always looking for content. So if you show up and say, hey, I'm Kirsten, I've got this little channel I started called Kirsten's Quick Fit. We produce videos. Here's an example of my work. We focus on this and that. I get a lot of requests looking for this and that, which hopefully is the same products they have. And I was looking, I was curious about kind of starting a working relationship with that person. And so there's ways to approach it where you're not coming out offering nothing, asking for something. You may be receiving nothing at first other than products and exposure. But you do a good job and they do a good job exposing you, that's going to convert into subscribers for you. And eventually, 3-4 months down the road, you can approach them about possibly a payment. And it's a long-term, especially when you're starting at a smaller scale. It takes a lot to kind of build up to the monetized thing, but there's ways to do it. And this is where I'm kind of fortunate because where my channel is, but also my experience in agencies, sports nutrition and stuff like that, I know what these guys look for. I know YouTubers right now that my company paid $50,000 US for pretty much a video a month. And I know some that were terrible, but they basically manipulated their way into a lot of money. They're not people I would have hired, but yeah, it's really interesting how it works. And again, it's one of those things where I'd like to discuss it more deep dive stuff, but I do have templates on the site that you can download that kind of show you what to write if you're not sure what to write in email, approaching people for sponsorship or relationship building opportunities. All right, Adam, thank you for jumping in again today, and hopefully we'll be talking again soon, buddy. Enjoy training your clients. Sharon, you did add t-shirts. Yeah, and the t-shirts, I've got t-shirts up on my site now, but I think it's really, really difficult to sell shirts unless you've got kind of a cult following. What I'm actually going to start doing now, I think, is designing some shirts that are less about me and more about just being cool shirts. To see if that helps with sales. Because again, just like you, I'm always playing with this stuff, but I don't find that clothing has done much for me as far as Teespring goes. So it's more about giving them value assets, and they've already got t-shirts, and it's hard to say, like, if, you know, I think maybe if it's somebody who's like if and I've seen your t-shirt, it says Find Fitness with Sharon. So really, the people that are going to buy that are people that are supporting you, not so much that this is the greatest t-shirt ever, I need to buy it. So that's, you know, you may want to experiment with different designs and stuff of shirts that maybe people will, it's just more generic to them, like something that's just so cool they have to have it. And that's kind of, again, what I'm learning going on. That's the whole reason I changed the logo on my channel, to try and come up with something that had a little more of a Under Armour, Nike-ish kind of look to it. Instead of just my channel name across it. Kristen should probably know how to access that info, but sounds cool to look into. I'll send you all the info on that today, Kirsten, so you can access it. I think I actually have to press a button to kind of click you in there. So, all right. So where we're at now? Oh, Body by Paradise. I missed your question. I missed a bunch of stuff. Sharon, you added a breakdown of your 30-day plan on my Buy Me a Coffee. That's good. Good idea. Bought it by Paradise. Why would I have 106 subscribers last night and 102 today? Means you lost 4 subscribers. Dusty, get away from that. Go on. Yeah, you must have lost 4 subscribers. I can look at your analytics later, but I mean, that's what it is. Either 3 or 4 people decided not to follow the channel anymore, or you could have some bots. Like there could be, every once in a while, people will get essentially fake subscribers. I don't know why they subscribe. I don't know what the value is for these people. Maybe other than just to look legitimate as fake people, and then they sell to others, whatever. But they may have got, like YouTube will blast fake accounts, and then suddenly you'll see people fall off. And I know they do that several times a year. I haven't seen it happen to my account in a long time, but I remember there was one time, maybe a couple years ago, where I feel like I lost 50 or 100 subscribers in one day. But I mean, that's the thing. They slowly accumulate over time. You don't even know it because you don't see who most of your subscribers are. Then suddenly they do a massive rip on fake accounts, and you see all these accounts just fall. So could be that. Yeah, I don't really know aside from that what it would be, Elaine. All right, Sharon, did you want to call in here now, and then we'll start on your channel? I'll get things ready on this side. So guys, if you're just joining us, what we're doing now, we're going to be doing more Q&As at the end and during this, but Sharon, who has Fine Fitness with Sharon, we're going to do a live channel audit today. So we're going to be going behind the scenes on her channel, looking at her click-through rates, looking at her subscribers, subscriber activity, and figure out what's going on, because she's not happy with her level of growth right now, or lack thereof, in terms of, excuse me, the effort that she's putting out. So it should be interesting, and you guys can ask questions at any time. So this is for everybody. Just getting Sharon's channel ready here. There's Sharon. Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
Say something again, Sharon. I can't hear you.
Hey, good morning. Can you hear me?
I don't think your audio is on.
Okay, hold on.
Can you guys hear
Good
Sharon?
morning.
I cannot.
Again, Sharon.
Okay, hello.
Good
morning. Can you hear me?
Check.
No? No? Okay, hold on. Good morning. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, hello. All right. No? Okay, hold on. Okay, so
Let me know
Annie,
if you guys are hearing Sharon. I'm not on my end.
okay, hello.
Here, I'll give you a sec, Sharon, just to work on that. I can still see you there, and I can hear you if you come on. If you look, Sharon, at the bottom of the screen, there should be something called Cam Mic. It's a little cog-looking thing. Click on that, and it may allow you to make changes. I'm not sure what you're using for a microphone there, so plenty of time. Anyway, okay, so I'm just going to get her channel in front of me here. Okay. You can hear Sharon pretty loud, actually. Okay, so it's just me that I can't hear you, Sharon. Hey, Sharon, I think it's just me for some reason. Not sure why that always happens. Try talking there for me, Sharon.
Okay, let's see. So it says audio's on. You're back. My mic is on. Let's see. So it says audio's on. You're back. Okay. So.
Okay, I got you.
My mic is on.
Yep, I got you there now.
You got me?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
But now I'm hearing you.
my microphone. You got me? Okay. All right, I gotta take my ear thing off. Hold on.
Do you have Facebook or anything on, Sharon?
Do I have? Okay, hold on. All right, I gotta take my ear.
Because I'm hearing you on multiple things.
There you go. Now we're good. Hold on, I'm gonna put my earpiece.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was that.
We are good now.
All right.
Okay.
I did have the YouTube open. That was why it was doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good.
Did everything else, and
Everything's muted.
so now I just can't hear myself. Hopefully, everyone else
Oh
can.
God.
God
I
forbid
can hear you.
I cannot hear myself.
I can hear you.
All right, so let's get into this.
Okie doke.
So you tell me right now what the problem is as I'm getting this on screen.
You know, I'm not sure if I'm just being impatient, I guess is part of it too. Of course, when you look at other people's channels and you see them doing as long as you do, you think, oh, should I be farther? Should I be getting more views? And I think, you know, when I start looking at it, it seems probably since October, November, I've been steadily getting new subscribers, and my views are, I think, almost up to 2,000. So I think we started posting everything on Facebook. I'm sorry, on YouTube in June of last year.
Yeah.
So, you know, so I don't know if I'm being impatient. I don't know if there's something we should be doing differently. We've talked about this, that, you know, it looks good. I think we've changed the channel on some of your suggestions. But again, I don't know, you know that I come from Facebook a little bit. I post my videos on there. But we're trying to change up the channel in terms of how I'm presenting myself too. We're going to change, like instead of me talking so much, do some more of the modification boxes. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm being over critical or, you know, I see like some people like Val and I've talked, and like she had one video that got like 1.5K views. I've never had past maybe 300 in a review, you know, a video come right out. But I steadily, my views go up over weeks.
Okay. Excuse me. What's most popular here? Why I make exercise videos. Low impact HIIT cardio workout.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you bring up this, probably cardio seems to be my forte for people liking my channel. Though my bicep one did really well. Probably the first two, oh God, the first week it came out, we were already in the 100 views.
Yeah, this one here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was about the time you said to, it was one of the trends.
Yeah. Resistance bands, hardcore workout.
We are changing the back covers too on some of the more popular ones, so they all match.
I wouldn't waste too much time going backwards and changing thumbnails. I mean, you can, but it's more so finding that aesthetic moving forward. Like I actually do like the black and purple with these pictures and that. Like I would be just sticking to something like that, because I guess I'm looking at older ones here. Let me see.
Yeah, that's older.
New ones.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so I mean, if you did that, because that's a little bit different. The kind of the purple, violet, whatever people call it, with the black, fonts nice and easy to read, pictures clear, like all that is good. Low and HIIT cardio. What does that mean? Low and
high intensity. You know, so it's doing low cardio.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Right. And I do use TubeBuddy. For those that don't do it, it's a supplement you can add on to your regular stats with YouTube.
Yeah.
I pay about $15 a month. It just gives you able to title your score your descriptions and titles and stuff like that. Just a little added.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's worth it. I just kind of fell into it.
I think it's worth it. Excuse me, for some channels. It may not be worth it for all channels. I'm still unsure when it comes to fitness, because I think there's a big difference between entertainment content and fitness content.
Okay.
Where the keywords that they give you are not the same as that average fitness consumer
Mm-hmm.
of content on YouTube. You know, they're basing their keywords on it's completely machine learning, and I just feel like it's like trying to find a robotic way to make a human connection, which is what health and fitness
Mm-hmm.
is about. So I do think it's valuable as an asset. I don't think I would take it as the Bible for fitness and workout content,
Okay.
only because I just think that it's a little bit too mechanical with how they give their insights.
Okay.
But with that said, I'm not saying it's a bad waste of time or
Yeah.
anything like that. So let's get into the channel stuff here. See what we got going on. Do you do anything in terms of hacks to try and grow your channel? Do you watch your own videos or anything like that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
I do watch them. As you know, I have a business partner with me, a good friend of mine. He's my photographer and business mind,
Yeah.
who's also probably watching right now. But yeah, so I do. I review all the videos. So he puts them together, he reviews them, and then I review them again.
Okay.
So, and I'm spending some more time on trying to be more analytical about myself. You know, what could I change and stuff like that. So that's why I said we're starting to make some little changes.
Right.
You know, I can't stand listening to myself talk, so it's really hard.
Anybody can. So one thing to keep in mind, if you watch your own videos too many times, or if like
Oh,
or if they see a lot of views coming in from the same IP, like if you're trying to jumpstart a video,
oh,
they'll stop serving you views. They'll even if you're getting views, they'll stop counting them.
really? Okay. Interesting. Well, we do it when it's private, though. So we're looking at it when it's still private. Would that count?
I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, to me, probably because it's private, it's still like it's still basically, again, this is not a person on the other end who's monitoring this. This is a machine that sees a bunch of views at the onset of a video coming from the same IP address.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's something I would cut back on, that is just in case.
Okay. Yeah, we don't do it a lot, but you know, it's definitely.
It's one of those things that you just want to, because the other thing that it does too is when you get into things like your reach, we don't know anymore whether or not things like your watch time and things like that, it ends up giving you incorrect feedback. So you're not able to improve through analytics if you're basically feeding the analytics false stuff.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're by far not the only person that does this. And,
Well, and it's more for reviewing. You know, it's like
Yeah.
he puts it up and I review it. You know, it's not like anything more than that.
Yeah, like I've said before, traffic sources.
Yeah.
YouTube search on my channel is 70% of my traffic comes through YouTube search,
Yep.
and that's where you want it to be.
Right.
It shouldn't be behind this stuff, because this is basically you and your subscribers on the channel, right? So that's just basically the traffic that's already there. This is where your growth is, and 17.6 is not. You want that one, in order to grow, you want that one to be your highest percentage of viewers, new people coming in. And of those new people, maybe only 10 or 20% stay. But without that being high, nobody new is showing up.
So, but how do you change that? I guess is the, you know. And by the way, everything's up today too. It's been down, but it looks like everything's kind of up today. We were at 2.2 and now it's back up to 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah. And the 8.2 is going back up. So, yeah. So, yeah, I guess how do you reverse that? So the only thing, I guess, you know, I release twice a week. Usually it's Sunday night and Wednesday nights. And I do announce it on Facebook because that's where I kind of started and that's where a lot of people know me. I live in a community where I also can announce it in their Facebook page for them to look at. We did find that the way that you upload it from YouTube, and I'm not saying this correctly probably, but the way you upload it from YouTube, YouTube gives you the opportunity to upload it into Facebook.
Yeah.
But if you do it that way, it doesn't count towards views. I could be reversing this. But if you take the link and put it on your Facebook page and then people click on it and then go to YouTube, then you get the views. I Googled it the other day. Now it could be reversed. Do you know anything about that or?
if the person's not logged into YouTube, it won't count. So if they just click on your link and watch the video, that view doesn't count. So
Okay.
typically people that have YouTube on their phones are logged in all the time. So
Right.
if they click through on their phone, that's one thing. But
But you don't have to be on YouTube to view videos, right? Or
yes,
see
you do.
them.
You have to be signed. You have to be signed in to have your view count. You don't have to be signed in
Right.
to watch them.
Right.
But
Right.
if somebody's not signed in and they watch your video, you're not getting that view.
Nothing. Wow. Interesting. Because I've watched before I got into YouTube, I just watched videos. I didn't have a YouTube account. So that's interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's good to keep in mind.
Okay.
Where was I at here? The one thing I couldn't understand when I went through your stuff, when you go to gender for views. Oh wait, okay, that's better. When I was looking at it
Wow.
earlier, it was showing it was showing 100% male.
Really?
And
100% male. Wow.
yeah,
I always see
anyway,
female.
this is a little better. This still seems
Wow.
off though because I think your videos are more styled for women.
Yeah.
Not that you're doing that on purpose or not doing it on purpose,
No.
but
Yeah.
just in general, I think they are.
Well, I always thought it was female when I looked into that. That's interesting. Wow.
And majority is coming from U.S.
Hmm.
and the majority of that is coming from Florida. So you're still in your bubble. That's the biggest problem that you have right now
Yeah.
between those analytics and between the lower percentage of YouTube search. Those excuse me, those are the main problems in terms of not growing. It's you're stagnant, and that's the thing. The good thing about this, I guess, is that it would be one thing if your YouTube search was 50% of your searchability and you weren't growing. That's a bad sign. That just means that this is not a good channel.
Right.
And
Okay.
that's not the problem here.
Okay.
The problem is they're not seeing it.
Right.
Viewer age 35 to 44.
So my message of 40 and over seems to work a little.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't really know what the breakdown is on that. What else we got here? I always like to look at devices. So this is always something I look at because
Okay.
you can do things to find out, like, boys, settle down. You can do little things to find out exactly where the mobile phone traffic is coming from. And if I were to guess, I would guess it's probably a lot of the Facebook stuff. Like that's usually where it's a crossover thing. But mobile traffic always brings down your average watch time,
Okay.
which hurts you because the like, go back there again. If I can.
What do you mean by mobile traffic? So your phone, is
Yeah,
that,
when you go here to device type,
yeah?
and so right here, so people that watch your videos on a computer are watching for approximately 5 minutes, which is actually better than it sounds because
Oh, really?
you're always gonna have those people that click on it and click it off in 10 seconds.
Okay.
That's always gonna happen. Your average watch time will be nowhere near your video length, unless it's like a 1 minute video or something. On a tablet, your average watch time is 21:25. Now, I'm going to potentially guess that could have something to do with watching your own videos as well, because that's very, very high.
I don't think we don't do that enough. You know what I mean? Yeah. I
So
mean, it's off the computer.
It's that, and it's a combination of that, and also like that's just a really high number for average watch time.
Okay.
TV 1419, which is also really good. That's even higher than I would expect. Now, when your traffic is lower, these are going to be higher.
Okay.
Because it's just like a smaller pool of numbers. Like my average watch time on a video would be probably around, like, I would say 7 minutes and 30 seconds or something, but I'm getting 700,000 impressions every month.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there. I mean, for every person doing the video, there's probably 20 that watch it for 10 seconds.
Okay.
So when you have less numbers, these will be a little bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
So when I see this with mobile phones, the 151, like that's not a great number, and that will bring down this number significantly because it's always comes out to the averages, right?
Okay.
So again, this is why I always talk to people about being cautious with the cross promotion. Now with you, I said it wasn't really that big of a deal because I know that you've got a community of people that you work with, and they are doing the workouts and all that. So you don't want to alienate
I
them.
know. Yeah, it's a dilemma.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as you don't think those are the people that are watching on mobiles for, a few seconds and shutting it off.
Yeah.
But
I
that's
don't
all.
think so. I'm telling you, those people probably are watching it either on their iPads. That's where I think the tablets come a lot from, because I would say the age group per
Yeah.
se is tablets, or they're hooking it up to their TVs.
Right. Yeah.
Mobile phones, not.
I always optimize for TV and for desktop. I could care less about mobile for fitness.
Yeah,
And
I don't think they would too.
Yeah.
Yeah, just not that savvy with that. It's hard to see it on that little phone.
Exactly. Okay, so let's get into this one for a sec. YouTube search. So, I mean, this can show you as well. Boys, stop it. So these are what people are searching for and finding you.
Okay.
Compound exercise is over 40 workout women, cardio, HIIT, strength training. So now over 40 workout women, you're getting 5 minutes and 38 seconds of watch time.
So the target niche is kind of working? No?
Again, it's hard to tell because, like that's 6 views. So 5 minutes and 38 seconds out of 6 views. So
Yeah.
it's excuse me, it's working to an extent, but you need more traffic to really be able to tell.
Okay.
Because again, I do think like I'm more interested in the stuff down here, even though they're single views, because I think these are more the people that are finding you. Whereas
Oh.
I think these are people that are already kind of in your ecosystem.
Gotcha.
Compound workout, chair workout for women. But now you see some of these things like 03501, fast heartbeat female.
So those are all target words that I've used? I mean,
No, these
no.
are what people have typed.
Oh, and they find me.
And
Gotcha.
your videos have showed up.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's always good to review this and see. But again, though, the problem is that it's based on. Here, let's go into 90 days and see. Might give us some better. So, see again, like we're dealing with over the course of 90 days. This needs to be a lot higher. This is 100% the biggest issue with growth, because it's you're not being found. So I mean, we're looking at all these numbers, but really dividing 12 views up amongst things is not really gonna tell us a lot. Like I would rather see the viewing habits of 100 people, because then you can really tell, is this connecting or not.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, when you're doing the review views and stuff like that, that can throw it off a bit too. Because if you're watching a video for 25 minutes, and
Right.
11 other people are watching it for a minute, it's still going to come in somewhere around 8 minutes or something on average.
Well, but even if it's private, I guess that's where I'm thinking nobody's viewing it but me.
If it's counting the view and it's counting your watch time,
Okay.
then it's playing it with everything else, because you're basically going from private to public. It's still the same video. It's just public.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
maybe view it before it's posted, up even as private.
it's not so much that you can still do it, but view it once. Just make
Once,
sure
okay.
it's not multiple or anything like that.
Gotcha.
If you're taking a look at it, and if your producer's taking a look at it and stuff, that's all good. That's just a view coming. But if it's to the point, I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, if it's to the point
Yeah.
of if you're watching your videos several times or a couple times every day just to try and bump that number up a little bit. YouTube recognizes that, and
Interesting.
they will actually stop. It's not that you're not getting views; they're not showing it to you. But
Right.
more so than that, the problem here is YouTube search, which was also a problem a few months ago when we spoke. This is going to come down to the same things that we spoke about before. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's, how do we make it grow? Because it seems like it looks okay.
Yeah.
It's like, why is it not being, I don't know.
Take a look at your titles. Full
Sure.
body dumbbell workout, women over 40. This is probably gonna take a little deeper dive on my part.
Yeah, this is, and to tell you the truth, this is where I personally struggle, because this is the part I do. And again, it's using TubeBuddy. So I'm always trying to get the description, the title to match so I can score. Maybe I should ditch the TubeBuddy and just, write a description.
I think it's safe to say that you are one of those people that has to do a little bit of experimenting within the niche. Like I had mentioned to you a couple weeks ago, I think women over 40 may not be niche enough.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if, creating playlists that deal with different ailments, like it could be like, low impact exercise, again, throwing things out there like post heart surgery,
knee friendly
diabetes starter plan. Basically creating workouts for people with
cancer workouts,
things like that, where it's not like, because one thing right now is that you're competing in a very oversaturated environment. That's filled with 20-year-old girls. And that thing I'd shown earlier there when I was talking to NM, with the girl with the picture in the regular outfit and the girl in the bikini, and showing the difference she makes in the two things. Whether that's just clickbait or not, I don't know, but there is something there. I see all kinds of people who their workouts are no different than people I work with, but they're 2% body fat and they're 19 years old, and they're getting the views. Now, without seeing their analytics, I don't know if if people are watching them for that long or not, or actually doing the workouts. But it may be one of those things. It may be one of those things that basically it's a saturated environment. So that's why I say, again, I don't think that my channel is the greatest channel. I'm sure some of you guys are producing as good or better workouts than I am, but I've got different things that make me stand out. Number one is the aesthetic of the loft. Number two is no music. The no music thing is meant so people can play their own music, but what's happening is people like the silence, and they're not playing their own music. They love the fact they can train in silence, which is fine if that's what they want to use it for. So that's the thing. And again, I get lots of complaints. Why isn't there music? This is stupid. But it's like, you know what? 16,000 people. I don't have a very big drop rate on my channel. People stick around. I don't get a lot of people unsubscribing. So the people that I'm finding, and I'm finding 40 to 50 a day of these subscribers who like the silence. They like sandbag workouts. When you go onto my channel, the workouts with the girls are the ones that have like 200,000, 250,000 views and stuff like that. You'll see my sandbag workouts and they have significantly less. But my sandbag workouts, in the top 5 videos of my channel, I think in the top 7, 3 videos are my videos that are actually bringing in the most money, because I'm in a niche category. So advertisers, it opens up the door for new advertisers. I have a much higher cost CPM rate, cost per mil, because what happens when you're more niche is you end up getting a higher amount of money paid to you. So I think I get something like, some of my sandbag videos, I get something like $30 for every 1,000 views or something like that, when most people get about $6 per 1,000 views. So if you're doing things that are more specific, and this could get a lot slower before it gets better, but creating something more elaborate where you're talking about and again, it
A
could be,
specific.
if you're, because I know you've experienced cancer, so you
Yeah.
know what happens coming out of that. Like there can be
Yeah.
issues, like if you did chemo, I guess there can be issues with bone densities
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
I don't know much about it, but
Yeah.
these are all things that you're able to warn people. It's like when you're starting an exercise program post-cancer treatment, these are the things that you have to be very cautious about. You
Yeah.
can't, we all want to jump out and get back to normal as quick as we can. Unfortunately, that cannot happen.
Right.
But what we're going to do here is a progressive set of videos that basically can take you from week 1 to week 10, going through different things,
Okay.
blah, blah, blah. If you ever have any questions, contact me. And
Okay.
it creates this thing. And I know it may not be what you want to do exactly, but it could be what works.
No, I don't have any problem trying that. And I think it's a really good idea to try to be a little bit more, give
Yeah.
a specific.
Yeah.
I know I don't want to do, I love senior fitness, senior shape fitness. I think her channel is great, but I don't think I could do that. But I think you're right. There's certainly enough tools. I mean, I'm going to be 60 soon, enough
Yeah.
tools that I can use that to niche down even more and not be
Yeah.
so broad. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And things like that where you're, just being, because there's a different set of circumstances when you get a bit older. You don't lose body fat as easily. You can't lose weight as easily. There's
Right.
things like that, and there are people looking for that. And
Yeah.
having owned a health club within the last few years, I've been in those environments where I'm dealing with women. I had a boot camp with 40 middle-aged women in it, and I had everything from women crying and all kinds of stuff like that. But
Right.
it's they all have the same thing, and they're always looking for people that they can relate to.
Right. Right.
And so they don't want to go to the young girls or the things like that.
Right.
They're looking for somebody who, I know a lot of women in my gym. I spoke about her earlier, Elizabeth. Elizabeth is a Latina background, and she's got, I think she's got like a mesomorph body, normal, like her natural body type. She's in extremely good shape. But a lot of the women who were in these boot camps, they all knew who she was, and this is before I even knew who she was. And
Wow.
they all loved her because they felt they could relate to her body type because she's a thicker girl who's in really good shape. So what does
Yeah.
she do? And so I think that's a way to do that, to niche down, like, because you know what, there are people looking for workouts post cancer or post
Yeah.
something, and
Right. Right.
we can even look it up now and see it. If we go into a regular YouTube here, workouts, I'm just post. So there you go. Post C-section, post ACL surgery, post COVID, post pregnancy belly, post cesarean, post hernia surgery, postpartum. So there's like, and that's just post.
Right.
Like and that's not even what
Put cancer in.
After knee surgery, after giving birth,
Yeah.
after back injury, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. After 50. I like that.
Yeah. So
That's a good, I think I see what you're saying. Instead of saying women over
Right.
40, do workouts after 50 or workouts,
Right.
Or workouts after whatever. Yeah.
And knowing that there's 2 to 3 billion people on YouTube, Sharon,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 who are looking for workouts post cancer or workouts after.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I think that's great.
As opposed to being a part of that ocean of people who are
Yeah.
looking for HIIT workouts, and you're on page 372.
Yeah. No, I got it.
You could be on page 1 for rehab workouts, dealing with, and you can be very specific with that
Yeah.
stuff. And it, to me, and then again, it could be something as well where you could start dealing with local doctors' offices or people that are, people that you've experienced with and said, I'm doing this channel for people, and I'm just trying to get them to be aware of it. And so to me, it's like things like that. Then you can start people saying, like, you should do some light exercise. This
Right.
lady, Sharon, she's gone through what you went through. Check her thing out, and that's how things start to spread a little bit. So,
Okay.
it's just an idea, Sharon.
No, I like the idea.
Ultimately, but I do think, like, even when you say workouts over 40, it's probably not niche enough.
Yep.
And I've had I've had these conversations with different people that I'm working with now in the members program and stuff. it doesn't always have to be a specific thing. Like niching down can be a lot of things. It could be, you could have a channel that's all 10-minute workouts,
Right.
express workouts for women before the kids get up and ruin your day. Like it could be
Hold
different
on,
things
I
like
lost.
that.
Hmm.
So I think it's
Okay.
a matter of finding that and then kind of starting to kind of carve out your own road a little bit.
Okay.
And being
Good
very specific
advice.
with it. Yeah, I mean, again, there's no guarantees with any of it.
Right.
But I think that's what's happening. Like when I look at the, I can take this off here now. When I look at it's the same issues we had a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that your titles are good, the thumbnails are good, like everything's nice and clean. We know the workouts are good. So it's just one of those things where you're not getting discovered.
Okay.
So it's not, nobody is turning down your channel. People are not seeing your channel other than
Okay.
your small ecosystem
Right.
as it is.
Okay.
So that would be it. I would slow down. I mean, you know yourself. If you're just reviewing the videos, that's fine.
Okay.
If you feel you might be reviewing it a bit too much, slow it down a bit.
Okay.
Because that could be affecting your views a bit.
Okay.
You could experiment with a couple of other different thumbnail styles
Okay.
if you wanted to. I don't think there's anything particularly
Yeah.
wrong, but you can look into that. And I really think getting very, very focused on the niching down.
Okay. I will try that.
Seeing what that does, and it could require you to reach out to people. I mean, you may even want to reach out to a doctor and say, "Is there anything that I'm doing here that I shouldn't be telling them to do?"
Right. No.
'Cause
Yeah.
obviously, when you're dealing with medical conditions and healthcare, then you want to make
Yeah.
sure that you're really doing a good job with that. But
Yeah.
if you do something that doctors are approving of, then suddenly doctors could recommend you
Right.
as
No,
something
I
to
like
deal
that.
with, and just keep it very positive and light and something like that. I mean, that's a thing
Okay.
that would be. I keep looking over here, but I guess you're here.
I know, and I'm like looking all over.
I
this.
got monitors on each side. So, but
No, Regan, I appreciate it. I think your advice is good. I have nothing to lose, because
Yeah.
one thing I did do is I reached out to, I have probably about 10 people that really are active on my channel. And
Yeah.
I asked them, why do you watch my channel? What is it? What brought it? And, I got pretty much, you give us exercises we can do, you're lively, blah, blah, blah. I got good feedback. One person was like, I was looking for workouts over 40. So, but I think, I'm frustrated because I don't think it's necessarily Facebook, but why am I not being recognized? Because I don't think it's a bad what we're doing. So
Yeah.
I agree with you.
No, I mean, it's usually I can pick apart channels a lot easier.
Yeah.
There's production issues and stuff like that. You don't have production issues.
Yeah. Then I started I think it was me.
No.
And it could be.
But
You
I
never
think, excuse me, it may just be that you're getting lost in the shuffle. It may be that you're not niche down enough. It may be putting the over 40 in the workouts. Maybe people are going and they don't think it's an over 40 workout.
Yeah,
Or
that could be.
they may think it's too hard. I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
It's hard to tell
Right.
what's turning them on and off. But I think definitely avoid, like I tell people, avoid any of those like for like, view for view stuff. Avoid watching your videos too much.
Okay.
You can watch your videos a few times a month here and there, but just if you are, and I don't know if you are, be careful of that, because at
No, I
least
don't.
then the worst
I can't
case,
stand it.
the worst case is that it's going to give you a much better reading of what's happening.
Okay.
If we're not tying it in, and again, some of these views could be actually hurting your view counts because
Gotcha.
it cuts off your view counts and stuff. So
Okay.
if we try some stuff like that, and
Okay.
if you want to leave me in manager for a few more hours, I'll take another look this
Okay.
afternoon, just a little bit.
I appreciate
deeper on
that.
camera. And if I see anything else that's different, I'll
Okay.
email you.
Okay.
So just maybe, leave it on till like,
Yeah, I'll leave it on till tomorrow. How's that? Or whatever.
yeah, and I'll try
I
to
don't
look at
mind
it.
you there.
I'll try to look
Okay.
at it tonight, and obviously you've got my email if you have any questions
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Thank you, Regan. I really appreciate it. You've
no
been
problem.
for everybody that watches this, Regan is definitely accessible, probably more than he should be.
I got nothing to do.
No,
All right,
I
Sharon.
appreciate it. All right. I'll
Have a
go
great
back
day.
over. Okay,
Talk
bye.
to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Good morning, Celeb Fit, and good morning, Samyukta. It's almost 9:45 at night, but good morning to you all. Well, good evening, I should say then. Thanks for jumping in, guys, and hope you guys got something out of the channel review. Sharon's channel is very interesting because, as we've just discussed, like the production quality is so good and everything is in place. So you really have to get deep into the analytics to figure out what's going on. And that's the second time we've looked at it, and I'm going to look at it a bit after the fact. But sometimes you think you're on the right trajectory and you can't figure out why you're being not picked up by people, and sometimes you have to go pretty deep to find out. And as I said, in Sharon's case, she's circulating within her own ecosystem of 300 or 400 subscribers, and she's not broadening that and getting bigger. Hey, you two, hey, settle down, please. But, so do any of you guys have questions? We are 1:16 in here. I'm wide awake. I could do about 3 or 4 more coffees, but that's another question. Let me know. And let me know, guys, what you think about the channel reviews, because I have thought about doing maybe 1 a week for channels that, I'm going to limit it to channels that have been around for a while that are struggling, as opposed to channels that are brand new, because there's not a lot I can do to help when a channel hasn't really done a lot yet. That was kind of the case with Francesca. As much as Fran has a ton of content on her channel, she hasn't really actively been pursuing YouTube, so it's hard. I can't say like what you're doing is not working when you're not actually doing anything yet. But I did think about adding 1 of these a week. See you later, Elaine. And thank you, Sharon. I appreciate that. Elaine, I'll be talking to you later today. Enjoy your day. But yeah, so I mean, it's interesting, and I do think it's good for you guys to kind of see some of these. You know, what I just did with Sharon is kind of a small version of what we do when we do the one-on-one consultations. If you were a person that wanted a consultation to kind of look deeper into your channel and find out what may be going right and what more importantly might be going wrong, that is up in the buymeacoffee.com/trainerhub. You can book a consultation on there. Most consultations are approximately, usually about an hour, give or take a few minutes. Somebody said when they booked it that it comes up as 15 minutes. It's not 15 minutes. But that is up there, in addition to channel launches and membership programs and stuff. So again, I don't know what everybody's looking for or what everybody needs, but it's stuff that's there. It's basically, yeah. So I don't know, guys. If it seems everyone's getting quiet, I may wind things down for the day. You guys let me know. So yeah, so as far as other videos coming up on the channel, I'm hoping by tomorrow or Saturday, I'll be coming up with the Google Trends. Still might do it as a live stream. I thought about maybe doing it as like a Saturday live stream or something like that. Then you guys can ask questions as we go along, or you can add your feedback. There's some things I talk about in these trending topics that I've never even heard of that some of you have. So there'll be that. There is part 2 to producing your own video on the cheap. I think I'm going to do a more long form video on Buy Me a Coffee and how to set that up, if you guys are interested in that. And all right, Sharon, you have a good day, and hit your goals. You enjoyed that? Good. That's awesome, Kim. We should revisit yours sometime, Kim, whether live or in private, see where you're at with things. Another great channel. If you guys haven't checked out Hit Your Goals. Excuse me. So yeah, so that's basically, boys, would you stop? Hey, stop fighting. Hey, Budo Pilates, you're quiet today. This or that fitness, missed the bulk of the live stream due to work calls, but wanted to say hi. Hello, guys. Hopefully you get a chance to watch it later. And keep in mind, guys, leave in the comments as well. If this is not, Wednesday mornings is just the day that I picked to do this. This could be Friday mornings, this could be Thursday mornings, it could be Saturday mornings. Like I'm open to doing this at a time that pleases the most people. I see people that do a lot of these on Saturday mornings. They'll do like 3-hour live streams and stuff. Ideally during the week is easier, excuse me, because I'm here, but we can do this pretty much anytime. Saturdays and Sundays will be a good test for sure. So maybe I'll try and do that in the next, like maybe I'll actually come in Saturday morning and try and do the Google Trends. I'll try and set up a time that's relatively early, like maybe at 10 a.m. again, and see how it goes and go through the Google Trends stuff with you guys. I'm just thinking out loud of ways to do this. The big thing that I'm going through right now is trying to balance work life with clients. Now I have clients with this fitness marketing hub, working on my own channel, booking shoots, and just trying to balance it all, and then having a home life. Weekends are always better for you. That's interesting. All right. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll do that, guys. I'll make the decision today. But I'm thinking possibly trying to come in Saturday morning and doing doing that shoot, doing live shoot. Sorry, an email came in, lost my train of thought. But yeah, I may this Saturday do the Google Trends live. I'll post something by the end of the day if I am, but keep that in mind if that works for you guys. Case Pilates weekends is worse for you, eh? Because you're traveling to Vienna and all these places on weekends. But we'll see. I mean, the good thing is the stuff's always up there, guys. You can look at it later on as well. But the nice thing with the live streams is we're able to interact a bit, and you guys can put in your 2 cents and stuff as well. But I don't expect you to be able to make make it to all of them. But it's 4 p.m. Oh, it's 4 p.m. there now, I hear. Okay. But we'll see. It's 1:22. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, we will wind this down. And thank you guys for joining us today. And as always, I appreciate it. And if there's anything you need from me after the fact, you're in Vienna. Okay, stop bragging. You guys can reach out any time. I do offer free assessments on channels, deep dive consultations. There's a lot of stuff there. If you're looking for some of this, interested in some of the stuff we're doing, speak to other people in the community. Also, we are on Facebook now. Good Thing Fitness. Good morning. And you're very welcome as well. Yeah, if you guys haven't joined the Facebook group yet, I'm trying to think what the link is. Let me grab it here. Because always nice to have you guys in there as well. And they kind of gives everybody a chance to kind of talk to one another and discuss different ideas and stuff that we can't do on YouTube. So it's a nice community there. It's a private group, so it's not like all your stuff is out there in public. I'm just grabbing the link and I will paste it for you. If you don't mind, guys, make sure you give this a like before you go today, too. There's the Facebook group. Yeah, that's it for today, because I can see my brain slowly falling apart on camera. But you guys have a great day. Thank you for coming out as always. I will let you know on the Saturday morning live stream, and lots of cool stuff coming up, both for members, for non-members, on the pages, and everything in between. So you guys enjoy the rest of your week and take care. I will talk to you very soon. Bye now.